On July 26th, India celebrates the Kargil Vijay Diwas 2022, which marks the country's triumph over Pakistani infiltration in Jammu and Kashmir 23 years ago. Every year, this day is observed to pay homage to the soldiers who successfully engaged in high-altitude warfare and defended their country. While the ground troops played the most important role in the Kargil War, the Indian Air Force also played a vital role in an operation called Safed Sagar that will go down in the history of the IAF as the most successful combat operation for the winged forces of India. The formidable IAF fleet and its strategies helped India gain the upper hand over the Pakistani infiltrators who were holding a crucial high ground over the perilous mountain terrain and posing a challenge for the ground forces. In order to intimidate the Pakistani Air Force, which chose not to participate in the conflict, India sent out its fleet of fighter jets, including the MiG-29, MiG-21, MiG-27 and Mirage 2000, as well as its helicopter fleet. Let's take a look at the Indian Air Force fighter jets that helped India defeat Pakistan. Mirage 2000. The Mirage 2000, which assisted India in using laser-guided bombs to demolish numerous enemy outposts during the Kargil conflict, is widely considered as the war's hero. The Air Force employed the MiG-21, MiG-23 and MiG-27 aircraft for ground bombardments, but the Mirage 2000 was used to precisely destroy enemy bunkers. This French-built aircraft could fly day or night and was furnished with contemporary armaments. According to reports, the attacks were so successful that more than 300 enemies were vanquished in a short period of time. The Mirage 2000, which was produced by Dassault, was likewise utilized in Balakot strikes for LGB and assisted India in choosing the Rafale as its IAF's most advanced and lethal aircraft. Next, MiG-29. The Mikoyan Design Bureau of the former USSR produced the MiG-29 in the 1970s to compete with the F-15 and F-16 planes of the United States. Because Pakistani Air Force's F-16, which it obtained from the US, lacked long-range air-to-air missiles, it decided not to cross the border during the Kargil War, giving India an advantage over ground forces. As an air superiority fighter, the MiG-29 is equipped with visual-range air-to-air missiles. The MiG-29 stopped the Pakistan Air Force from entering Indian territory, despite the fact that it mostly carried out surveillance and support missions and was not directly involved in carrying out attacks. MiG-21. Although the MiG-21, another Mikoyan product, has developed a bad reputation through time and is the oldest fighter jet from the 1960s still in service, it is one of the IAF's most crucial workhorses and has every now and then proven its effectiveness. The MiG-21 was designed primarily for air interception with a secondary function for ground attack. Because of its ability to operate in confined areas and the challenging terrain of the Kargil War, the MiG-21 was important. Apparently, MiG-21 launched the first ground attacks, while MiG-29 later joined in with its laser-guided bombs. The MiG-21 has been modified throughout time to keep up with later generation aircraft, and in its present configuration, it aids the IAF in the first strike against any infiltration. The indigenous Tejas LCA will gradually replace the MiG-21 Bison in the IAF. Next, MiG-27 or Bahadur. One of the most dreaded and horrifying incidents from the Kargil War was the capture of Flight Lieutenant K. Nachiketa, who was flying the MiG-27 jet, fondly called Bahadur by the Indian Air Force. The Indian Air Force flew its first air support missions on May 26th, and the first fatality was suffered on May 27th when a MiG-27 crashed due to engine flame out due to the ingestion of the exhaust gas of the weapons fired. In 2010, the Indian Air Force grounded its entire fleet of over 150 of the aircraft after a MiG-27 crashed on February 16, 2010 in West Bengal. The MiG-27 was retired from IAF on December 27, 2019, when the last two MiG-27 squadrons were retired with a ceremony at Jodhpur Air Base. It was made by HAL under license agreement with Russia.